Okay. All right.
Welcome to my life unscripted, family fun and laughs, come witness. Yeah, come witness. Yeah. April's life has changed so much, see what it's like with a new mom touch. It's okay if you don't have a clue, join the club cause it's new to us too. Yeah. It's a mom's life unscripted, hey.
Hey villagers, thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. We are going to be doing Noah, this guy's 3-month baby update. Yay! All right, so I wrote some stuff down about his past 3 months because there's a lot that has happened and I have CRS, so I'll try to remember as much as I can, girl, but yeah, we just gonna get into it. So Noah was born in January of 2020, and he was born at 42 weeks gestation, 42 weeks pregnant, so he was 2 weeks overdue. He was supposed to be born the week of Christmas, but decided he wanted to turn in 2020. So that's kind of how it was with him. We were excited, you know, and it was very interesting because I always kind of knew that Noah would have like an old soul. So when he was born like 2 weeks later, I feel like it kind of makes sense because all the stuff that he's done, it's like an older baby would do, if that makes any sense. So he was born in January, and you know, when he first was born, he didn't really cry or anything like that. He was actually a pretty chill baby, but he was really chilling when I was pregnant. Like he would kick quite often. Like he was a soccer player, but outside of that, like he was chilling. I didn't really have too many issues with him or my pregnancy. I didn't have any like morning sickness. If you see my other pregnancy videos, I go into like the first trimester where I talk about like, knock on wood, thank baby Jesus, I had a pretty easy pregnancy with Noah. I didn't have anything like super major going on. It was just he was 2 weeks late. You done? You want a little bit more? So that's that on that. We brought him home, and you know, the first few days, like most babies, he was pretty chill. I gave birth at a birthing center, so I had a completely natural birth. If you want to talk about my birthing experience, just leave, you know, some comments in the section below and I will. But I gave birth at a birthing center, so I had a unmedicated, completely 100% natural vaginal birth. So I think that was one of the reasons why he was just chill the first few days, but he was also very, very alert. He was very, very aware of like all of his surroundings. He was very, very aware of just everything, and he wanted to look at everything. And he's still like that now, where he's very, very curious. And then I would say after the first few days, that's when I started pumping. So we had to supplement in the beginning because my breast milk didn't come out right away. I had to pump for several days in order for my breast milk to come out. So Noah was breast milk, and at the time he was consuming cow's milk formula. So that's like your regular Enfamil and your regular Similac formula. He was very alert, and you know, he was very, very strong. Very strong. Like even now, it's like, oh my God, you're not even 4 months old and you're freaking about to break my finger off. But that, Noah has just always been a very strong baby. He also, in the first few weeks, he was very demanding. Like Noah will let you know if something's wrong, if he's hungry. Like he don't play. He does not play, okay? and he had his eyes open like the second day he was here. He's just been very alert. So that's one thing I will say about that. He's been alert since he came out of the coolie. After he just did the typical stuff. He was just very alert the first month. Nothing really happened the first month. I did discover that Noah has a cow's milk allergy to formula and even to my breast milk. So I made the decision to stop expressing at that point, because if your baby has any type of allergic reaction to breast milk or cow's milk based formula, they switch them to something that's lactose intolerant. So that's what Noah is on now. He is on Nutramigen. And one thing I will say is that in the early stages, we thought that he had an issue with gas, which is why we bought the Dr. Brown's bottle. You might hear see Cooper coming in and out of the video, so that's okay. See, that's him, because he got to be in the mix. Speaking of Cooper, when we first had Noah, we did not have Cooper at the house. So it was recommended that we let Cooper, go to another space while we kind of get acclimated with Noah in the beginning. So what happened was, when I was getting ready at that time, you kind of know, like at 42 weeks, they're gonna, either gonna have to push or they're gonna take the baby. But he came at 42 weeks. So we sent him to his daycare. And what we had to do was once Noah was born, we would send the daycare onesies or items that Noah had slept in or that he had worn all day, so that Cooper was very familiar with his scent. And by the time Cooper and Noah were introduced, the transition was really, really super smooth. Cooper didn't have any issues. Cooper was aware of the baby's scent. Obviously, Cooper wanted to know, like, okay, well, who is this? But even like the first day that Cooper came back, home, he wanted to be near Noah and kind of figure out, like, what the hell is a Noah? So, or what is this little baby here? Because Cooper's very aware that I was pregnant. I think most people you talk to that have pets will tell you that they become very, very protective over the woman as she starts to become, bigger and further along in her pregnancy. So that was the same case with Cooper. He was very aware that I was pregnant. And so, when he came back into the house, he was like, oh, I want to see this little baby. So even to this day, if he's not near Cooper, if Cooper is not near Noah, then he becomes very upset and all hell will break loose up in here. Okay. Milestones that Noah hit in like month 2, kicking. He was always kicking. Noah's been a kicker. He was kicking me while I was pregnant with him. So he was definitely always kicking. Noah has a very strong suck. So that's why we continue to stay with the Dr. Brown bottles, because for people who have them, these are for anti-colic, so it allows air to push back and forth through without building up a bunch of bubbles, which reduces the amount of gas that the baby will get. So because Noah, sucks really, really hard when he's feeding, we've decided just to keep these bottles. After we switched to Nutramigen, the gassiness that he was having and his uncomfortable feeling when he was feeding, that completely decreased and became non-existent. Let's see, we were using one type of body wash, but I realized it was irritating his skin, so we switched to something more neutral like the Aveeno, and that's been working excellent for him, because before he had all these like little micro bumps and I was like, what is that? So that's been really working well for him. Let's see, now he's at the point where he wants to sit up. He still needs assistance, but he's getting up there as far as like he can sit up on his own. He's been standing on his feet like really, really strong since like he was a month old, which is crazy. So hopefully that will, I don't know if that has anything to do with walking, but he can definitely stand on his feet as long as you're holding him, and if he won't like fall to his knees or anything like that. He's very good at that. And let's see, he has some signature moves, like with his, like right here, that's like his little signature move when he's chilling. He will always put his hand behind his head, so that's how we know he's pretty relaxed. You done? Ready to be burped? I'm about to burp. Okay, good boy. Good boy. And we are back because he had to burp. Okay. So I think I don't know where I left off, but mommy brain. But what I will say is that, oh yes, that he can stand on his own. Like he has pretty strong legs at this point. And he be chilling with his hand behind his head. That's how we know he's really comfortable. He's very aware of like myself and my husband and Cooper. He's very used to Cooper barking. So if Cooper's around the house barking, that doesn't bother that doesn't bother Noah. If Cooper is barking like some weird, strange sound, then that will startle Noah. But Noah doesn't really get startled like that. We can have the TV blasted and Noah will sleep right through it, which is a good thing because, we can't have him waking up every time Cooper barks or something like that. He's very aware of who I am. He will actually follow me. Like I could be down the hall and it's like he knows my footsteps and he's just very aware of who I am. Same thing with my husband and same thing with Cooper. Like if it's another dog, the other dog will most likely startle Noah, but with Cooper, and that's because while I was pregnant, he heard Cooper barking. Let's see, he sits up on his own. He hates tummy time, but he is able to, brace himself. Usually the doctors will tell you when the baby first comes home to work on tummy time with them is to help them, build up upper body strength. So Noah, we've gotten there. Noah, he will hold himself up. He's now in the phase where he's trying to figure out how to crawl. He does talk. You got something to say to everybody? He talks a lot. He was definitely talking at like 2 months, which we were like, oh my God, he's gonna be one of them. So he definitely talks, and before that, there he goes, he's chilling. He's so at 6 weeks old, Noah traveled in a car. We went to visit some family. That's before, I don't want people talking about you was traveling. That was before, the pandemic got really bad. We traveled and you sleepy? All right, so we took a car ride at 6 weeks, just before the pandemic got really, really bad. And we went to visit family, and it was like a 4.5 hour ride, and Noah did really, really well. Of course, we had to stop so that we could change him and things like that. But other than that, he did really, really good. He's really comfortable around other people, but when he gets upset, he first will go to his dad, but if he is like, then he has to come to me, and then I'm able to usually get him to calm down. He grabs everything. He's constantly like grabbing my hair. He'll grab my husband's beard. He really wants to grab Cooper, but Cooper be like, skirt, skirt. He will not allow Cooper to grab him, which I think is hilarious. Now, Cooper can lick Noah. We usually if Cooper's gonna lick Noah, we usually let him lick him on like his toes. Of course, we'll wipe his little feet off after Cooper does it. But whenever we want Noah to touch Cooper, Cooper be like, and also Noah is very aware of his name. When my husband says Noah, he'll turn his head. And sometimes like when I'm like Noah, like if he knows I'm taking a more serious turn, he'll turn his head. So Noah is very, very aware of his name. Noah knows like his bottle. So whenever we're drinking like a water bottle, he'll reach for it because he thinks it's his bottle, which is so adorable. He's very interested in table food. So what we've started to do is whenever we're eating something, we'll say, Noah, this is like chicken. Noah, this is an egg. So that it starts to help build up his vocabulary. He does play on his play mat, but usually he'll do like 10 or 15 minutes and then he's done for the rest of the day. I do know that infants up to a certain age have a short attention span. So they're not going to be playing on stuff for a long period of time. That's just not what's going to happen. So Noah, he smiles more than he laughs. My husband and I do try to get Noah to laugh. He'll laugh once in a while, but he's really a smiler. Like, he's kind of like me where we're just smiling just to be smiling. That's Noah. And he's always smiling at people. So if he gets like a good vibe from you, he will smile. If he doesn't, he'll make a pouty face. Oh my God, his pouty faces are so serious. I be scared sometimes, like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do to you? Okay. When he feeds, I will say that when he was younger, he didn't do it too much, but now he be trying to throw them bows, get them elbows all up in your face. So you gotta just, that's why I sat him the way I did so that he's not like trying to beat me up while I'm trying to feed him. Okay. Noah is currently in size 2 diapers. I don't know if that's average or not, but he goes through diapers pretty quickly. He was only a newborn for like 3 weeks and then he was in the 1s, and most recently we realized it was time to go up to the 2. So that's been working a lot better for him. We did some newborn pictures of him. So I'll insert a few of them into the video. And I think the last just major things is that we can definitely start to see a little bit of his personality. He's definitely going to be a mixture between myself and my husband. My husband and I have a pretty similar personality. I mean, there's certain things obviously that aren't the same. So we could definitely tell that he's picking up this from him and this from me. And the last few things is just that Noah can put his feet in his mouth. He's been doing that since like 2.5 months. And I think it's pretty funny. He'll stick obviously he's starting to teeth, which is another big thing. He was starting, I noticed the signs of him teething at like almost 3 months, but it really started to pick up like the very first week that he became 3 months. So he's just like drooling and teething and slobbering everywhere. So we're always changing him out of one onesie to another. We have to keep a bib on him. And I think that's pretty much it for his first 3 months. By the time you see this video, he would have already been turned 4 months. Oh, because he's growing up so fast. But we just love him so, so much. And I will definitely come in and do a 6-month update. I think it's easier just to keep everything in thirds. I can't be doing like the every month update because at least for Noah, he doesn't change that much, Like he's doing stuff, but it's like nothing like super duper crazy. So I think the 3-month increment of updates will work it'll work for us, sis. So thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Make sure to share, like, comment, and subscribe if you are not a villager. If you are a returning villager, thank you so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Let me know what your baby is doing at their 3-month milestone. We will see you in the next video. Take care. Go ahead. Oh my God. Go ahead. Say bye.